Good morning, students. Welcome to the 18th video of Economy of Assam Public Service Commission. Let us see what we have done. Now, in the last video, which was the 17th one, we started talking about the food security. We started the topic with differentiation between by telling you the difference between self-sufficiency and food security. And then we also saw the evolution of public distribution system in India, right? So the last topic that we were discussing was Food Security Act that happened in 2013, right? So from 1939 to 2013, and the food security which India was providing to the beneficiaries or the targeted people or the disadvantaged people who are poor people or living in remote areas or hilly areas. All the schemes were welfare based. So no scheme was justiciable in the court. But from 2013, we created Food Security Act through Parliament, and the right to food became justiciable. That means if one citizen, one beneficiary who is entitled to subsidized food does not get food or does not get that food item, can go to court, can take a legal route. That was decided in 2013. And we also saw that Assam adopted Food Security Act on 24th of December 2015. So after 2 years. Uh, Now let us start with this 18th video. Now in this video, as I told you, that we will be talking about the objectives of public distribution systems. So this is if you see, this is the 8th line of, if you see your syllabus, the 8th line is all about public distribution system, its objectives and functioning, etc. So here in this video, we will be talking what are the objectives of public distribution system. So that means that what do we want to achieve through public distribution system. So just give me a second. Yes, the the first objective that we have is the disadvantaged, as we to recognize the disadvantaged section of the society to which we have to give subsidized food. It can be wheat, rice, kerosene, sugar, or in some cases edible oils and the pulses, etc. Also, right? So some states also provide those items, food items too, on a subsidized base. But usually in all the states, wheat, rice, kerosene, sugar are provided on a subsidized basis. So disadvantaged section is that we have to recognize the disadvantaged section. People living in below poverty line or people living above poverty line or those who are living in the remote areas. We have to identify the beneficiary. This is the first objective of public distribution system, and then providing that food to the that particular section of the society. That is the first objective of public distribution system. Then we have to prevent the hoarding or black marketing of the food item. What happens is that, as you know, Indian agriculture is monsoon based. So what happens in one particular year, if there is not enough rain in uh, one of the leading crop producing states, then uh, then what then we need to take food from the buffer stock. But usually what happens is the black marketing happens, or the hoarding happens, which means stockpiling of the food items, right? Considering the fact that in the next year or so we may not have enough productivity. So when this black marketing or stockpiling happens, and when you go and try to buy those food items, they sell it on a very high rate, right? To prevent the hoarding of, to prevent the black marketing, we need to have the public distribution system where the price mechanism is regulated by the government of India, right? So public distribution system, which is under the government of India. So as you know, you have heard about minimum support price, which is decided by the government of India, and this is how they somehow discover the price of that particular food item. So this is how they prevent the price fluctuation, which originates from the stockpiling or hoarding of the food item. So that is another objective. That is the second objective. Then third is, as I gave you a hint in hoarding also, that to balance the price fluctuation, right? When the public distribution system or when public distribution system is ensured by storing food in the godowns of Food Corporation of India, which was founded in mid 1960s, as I told you, right? So the 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 price discovery mechanism or the minimum support price is decided by the government of India for the welfare of the farmer. So that price mechanism, that price minimum support price is used as a benchmark, right? Is used as a benchmark in the open market also, in the private market also. So this is how the price fluctuation is controlled. But nowadays there are other methods through which price discovery happens. It happens through agriculture uh, uh, trading, commodity trading. Right? This is how the price discovery happens. And nowadays there is a recent amendment which happened the last month only, that the interstate barriers have been removed. For example, before this, the farmer could sell its produce in his state only. Now, what he can do, he can sell the produce, for example, wheat or rice or anything like that, to any other state which is offering him a better price, right? And this price and they are integrated through digital platforms. So the interstate barriers have been removed last month only in the wake of coronavirus. So I will be talking about this in detail in a short while, but let us stick to what we are discussing right now. Those are the objectives of public distribution system. That's a price fluctuation is controlled through the public distribution system. Then obviously the last objective is to alleviate the poverty. So if we provide food to poor people, that means we are providing good nutrition to the poor people who are disadvantaged section of the society. And if they are not malnourished, if they have good health, they will become a very employable workforce for Indian economy. And when they would be employable, obviously they would get uh, remuneration for that or wages for that, and this is how the poverty would be alleviated in the poverty can be eliminated in the country. So somehow the public distribution system also ensures that the problem of poverty is catered to, okay, or is addressed. Now, let us see the functioning of public distribution system. See, there is a role of center as well as state when we talk about public distribution system. Now, the center has a major role. What center does, it procures the crop from farmer by giving him the minimum support price, wheat price, kerosene, sugar, etc. Right? So, what central government does, it procures the crop from the farmer directly, and it stores the crop in its godowns, which are under Food Corporation of India. So this is what the role of center is. Now, where does the role of state come? What state does is, state receives that harvest or state receives that crop or food item from the storage facilities of center or FCI, and then it also provides license to the vendors of fair price shops. Fair price shops are those shops where you get the subsidized food by showing your ration card. So all those fair price shops which are scattered in one particular state, and the license which is given to those fair price shops are given by the state government, not the central government. It is given by the state government. Okay. So when the license is given, uh, they have the uh, authority to sell the food crop on a subsidized basis to the beneficiary who is holding the ration card, right? And another important role of state is the transportation. The crop that is received by the state government from the center is transported to the different districts and different cities in the in that particular state, and the responsibility of that particular supply chain is on state government. So this is what the role of state government is, and very important role, the most important role of which is played by the state government is the recognition of the beneficiary. The recognition of the beneficiary means those who are entitled for the subsidized food, whether they are below poverty line or above poverty line, or they are belonging to the remote areas. So the recognition is done by the state government, right? So these are the roles. This is how uh, uh, the public distribution system work. Now another point that I wanted to discuss. Okay, I will discuss this point in the next. Uh, this would be relevant in the next topic. Yeah, see uh, the whole public distribution system comes under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution System. Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. So this is the ministry under which the public distribution system works. Under this ministry, we have two departments. One is the Department of Consumer Affairs, and the second department is Department of Food and Public Distribution System. Public distribution. So this public distribution system works under the Department of uh, Food and Public Distribution. Which is under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution, right? So this is something which you need to keep in mind, that can be asked in the multiple choice questions in APSC. Uh, so this is what was the modus operandi of public distribution system. Now let us see the issues that we face in the public distribution system. Now when we're talking about the issues, we are talking about the issues that we face in the public distribution system or food security at large. Okay, so public distribution, the main focus of public distribution is bringing in the food security in the country, right? So when we are talking about the issues, you can also keep in mind that we are keeping the food security in at the back of mind while discussing the issues or challenges that we face in the public distribution system. The first issue or the first problem that we face is the identification of the beneficiary. Many a times what happens is duplication of ration card happens, or there is a fake ID on which the ration card is made, and that particular beneficiary who should not be entitled to the subsidized food still receiving the subsidized food item, and those who are entitled, those who are poor, to which that particular food item should be given, is 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 not being provided. So the identification problem is there, the duplication of ration card is there, the fake ID problem is there. Uh, then, uh, then another issue that we face in the PDS is the leakage. As I told you that this is the responsibility of the central government is to procure crops from to procure harvest from the farmer and then store it in the godowns or silos of Food Corporation of India, right? But uh, but the because of mismanagement, the lot of leakage happens. Sometimes the storage facility is not good enough, and the moisture from the ground spoils the whole food item. Or then there is a rodent problem also. There is insecticide problem also. So the state of art storage facility which should be there is not available. So that is why the leakage happens. Leakage also happens in the while transporting that food item from one area to another area. Then the procurement challenges are there. Giving the minimum support price and then satisfying the farmers on that particular price, and then balancing the minimum support price which is decided or regulated by the government of India and the price which is available in the open market or the private market, and maintaining a balance and procuring enough food for public distribution system becomes a very big challenge for the central government. Then there is environment problem also. So as you know, a public distribution system means that providing subsidized food to each and every to the disadvantaged section. So that means we need to increase the productivity, and if we have to increase the productivity, we will be using more chemical fertilizers, with more genetically modified seeds, more chemical weedicides and pesticides, right? So all these chemicals lead to the pollution of the nearby water resources. So the environment gets distorted because of that. So that is a very major challenge. Then another challenge that we face is the groundwater depletion. Groundwater depletion happens because, as you know, when we are talking about green revolution, we use the scientific methods, and when we use scientific methods by using chemical fertilizers or pesticides, we need a lot of water for that particular crop. So in that process, the groundwater depletion starts happening. Now this has been a major issue in the states of Punjab and Haryana. I have very good uh, knowledge when it comes to the groundwater depletion, because I belong to the Punjab area only, the northern area. So the before I mean around 10 years ago, if you want to use submersible in your home, you need to dig till 90 feet only, and you will have water. But nowadays it is more than 200 feet that you need to dig into so as to have water. So the groundwater depletion is happening, and at moreover, if there is not good monsoon in one particular year, the problem becomes very severe, and we have seen many suicide cases in the Maharashtra. So that happens because of the drought uh, problem, which happens in a year, in some years, right? Then crop diversification. So what happens is the minimum support price which is given on wheat or rice or any other crop, uh, it becomes very difficult for a farmer to go for crop diversification, seeing the soil fertility or the soil health of that particular land area, because they know they will not be getting enough price for that particular crop. So what they would do, they will not diversify their crop. They will still keep producing those crops which are not good, which are not efficient in that land area, uh, and in that process the soil fertility goes down of that area, right? The productivity also goes down, and the crop diversification, which is very important for the for agricultural well-being of the area as well as the farmers, is not done, right? So these are the challenges which we are facing in the public distribution system or the food security at large. Now, in the next video, we'll be talking about the reforms and the steps which we have taken to address these issues. So, in the 19th video, we'll be talking about the reforms or the solution to these problems. So, till then, uh, so let's wait for the next video, which will be the 19th. Till then, bye bye. See you in the next video.